Hi, I guess we're live now. Okay, there we go.
Lifetime.
Live time.
It worked? The live?
Yeah, it's going live now.
Aliens on the border.
The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found.
Faster than light, spaceship of the future.
Our direction of the President of the United States, stay in your home.
Is it human or inhuman? Earthly or unearthly?
Born in that swirling inferno of radioactive dust, there is no word to describe them.
We may be witnesses to a biblical prophecy come true.
Why is it that we usually ignore the fourth dimension?
Is this the human race of the future?
Aliens on the border.
Hey, what's going on, peoples? How's it going?
How's it going?
What up, what up? We're officially live on Facebook.
We are live on Facebook.
I can see myself.
Ooh.
Nice. Hey, that's us.
Technology.
Dope.
Man, you know how impossible this used to be? This is like not even a thing, like even a few years ago.
Strange, man. Strange.
Strange times, dude.
Strange
Dude,
times.
the timeline, like, from the 90s, that's 20 years. Within 20 years, like, boom. You know,
Explosions.
Technological explosion.
like,
Exponential
it's left
growth.
and right. You don't even know what's going to happen next because it's just, wow.
I don't even know what's gonna happen next, dude. It's just crazy. And so we're live here today. And
What are we talking about?
We're gonna talk about a couple of different things, beginning with the spoopy times.
Ooh.
We haven't actually done like an episode about just strictly like random craziness.
It's been
in
a while.
minute.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I
feel like
mean,
it was
normally those episodes are better during the October month.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah.
it's always, I mean, dude, I can talk about ghost stories all day, every day.
Yeah. So we got some ghost stories for y'all. Some
Yeah.
conspiracy theories.
Oh,
Just some
yeah.
other shit in general that I've been paying attention to.
Uncle Jesse, we got to go save Aunt Becky. Did you hear about that?
I don't, dude, I'm like
No,
lost about
what
like,
the
what was it? I fucking feel old now.
Yeah. I don't even know.
No,
what
it's the
we're
girl
talking
from Full House.
Oh, yeah.
the
She was
thing
trying
that
to cheat,
happened.
right?
Yeah. That's some elitist shit, right?
What do you
That's some elitist shit,
Yeah,
bro.
right?
Like,
Like,
about. What happened?
So-
I'm trying to tell my kids not to go to school because I don't want to pay for their college.
Yeah. So Becky from Full House,
Yeah.
she wanted to get her kids into like an Ivy League school. So she kind of made them cheat on the test. Like she paid the teacher like, oh, don't let them get like their scores, like get them A's and stuff so they can go to like better schools and stuff.
Yeah.
And she got caught. And so
Yeah, she was paying a lot of money to
Yeah.
these professors.
for it to
Like,
hush.
I think it was like, I don't know the exact numbers, but it was ridiculous amount. It was like
That's pretty fucking crazy.
life-changing money for most of us.
Probably
crazy.
Trying to get her into like fucking
very
what's
funny how
Yale
she,
or whatever. What?
yeah. But like they bring it into politics again with that same argument about the wall, and they're like faking documents. You know what I mean?
Faking documents. One of the things that I was thinking about today, or not thinking about today, but I was just like on a bit of a rabbit hole kind of today. I mean, when aren't I right? But was the whole Bohemian Grove things? Like, it came up again. Like, you guys remember what that is?
No, talk to
familiar
me.
with it? So the idea of the Bohemian Grove is this is crazy because it ties back into Alex Jones. Alex Jones in like the late 90s, I want to say it was, like secretly infiltrated this retreat where a bunch of like powerful people go, like fucking presidents, like people that own like giant companies, all this type of shit.
Yeah.
They go there and they have this weird ritual where they like mock sacrifice a person to a giant like owl statue.
Yeah.
And they burn like an effigy and all this other shit. And Alex Jones got all this shit like recorded on video.
Oh my god! I'm like the next Alex Jones, bro. Dude. I got all this crazy stuff on video too. but yeah, I would imagine because I heard Alex Jones like started back in Austin, just doing his own, with a little VHS camera, doing his own movies.
What was the first time you heard of Alex Jones?
The very first time I ever heard of Alex Jones was, he already had InfoWars and all this stuff. He was a little bit more mainstream because I didn't get him like back in the day. How did I come across him? Shit, man, that's a good question. I don't know. I guess I was watching a video and he came out and was like, who the fuck is this guy? And I was like, oh shit. Like, and then this guy's like explaining a lot of conspiracies. I'm like, whoa. And then I ended up downloading his application to InfoWars. And he does every day. He's always doing like a radio show. And he'll even, like, if he has his vacation week or whatever, he'll put, like, his substitute out for, like, a long while. When I was in high school, I would listen to a lot of, high school, so that's when I first.
When was the first time you heard of Alex Jones?
I can't recall exactly the moment. It was just like, it just slowly
trickled
became,
down.
Yeah, no, it slowly became a thing. Like, it was like one video after another. And he was normally involved in either producing or he was the actual voice and narrator. He actually shared, back in 2009, there was a documentary on YouTube called College Conspiracy. I don't know if you guys ever saw that one.
No, I don't think I did.
Well, that was one of Gerard's first documentaries. And
Gerard, your partner?
Gerard Adams, yeah.
Okay.
He produced the documentary, solo produced it with his own money, did his own research. And him and his partner at the time, John, wrote this amazing script, pretty much broke down the whole, what we now know that's the college scam, like based on how much people were paying, kids getting in debt, graduating from university with a degree that's pretty much worthless.
Yeah.
But they broke down the story, and Alex Jones was the one that was one of the people that helped that documentary go viral because he had discovered, like, he was like, going down YouTube and saw the documentary, and he just put it on all his social channels. So he was a big supporter of that documentary.
Cool, that's cool.
Yeah, which from there, Gerard ended up getting more into media, which eventually he founded Elite Daily, which changed his life. But
that's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know that.
So Alex Jones had some
influence, or
some
like
influence
a little
there.
bit of a hand in that.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking dope, dude. I remember the first time I ever heard about Alex Jones, I didn't even know it was Alex Jones until way, way later. But back when I was like in 5th grade.
Same with me. Like
it
was just that guy.
Yeah, and then you were like, oh, what the fuck, that was him. Mm-hmm. And then with me, it was the movie Waking Life. There's like this part where Alex Jones is in the movie and he's driving down Austin like with a megaphone yelling like a bunch of other shit that he talks about, like they're trying to trick you, all this other crazy shit. Like
that's crazy.
It's a fucking badass.
How does he
scene.
find that energy, man? That's crazy.
I don't know, dude. And like I tuned into Infowars a couple of days ago. I think it was recently after they did the whole Alex Jones returns.
It's the hands.
Yeah, he's like globalist.
I'm retarded. I'm retarded.
Dude, fuck. Did you watch that whole episode, the whole 4 hours?
Not all 4 hours, man. I tried.
I tried.
I did.
I actually,
but I had to listen to it several times because I was like, dude, this is too long, and like I would fall asleep to it, and then like I'd be like, fuck, I missed some. Have to go back, and like I was back.
It was so good though. All the parts that I saw were so good.
It was good. Yeah.
The fucking clips that came out of that thing were dope, dude.
That's funny because it feels like there was chapters to it, right? Like there was like a book you were reading. And you're like, dude, what? Like
they did a good job of like kind of sectioning it. Yeah. The way that they did it. Yeah. I think they should have a show together, dude, because it's hard to listen to Alex Jones by himself. But when he's with Joe Rogan, like
he calms him down, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that's exactly what it is. Like
he's like, "Hey, chill, dude. Explain what the fuck you're talking about. So you're just saying
it's like
a bunch of crazy shit.
It's like information, but it comes out so like blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, dude, like fuck, like we didn't get to fucking.
I don't want to sound like a douche right now, but I actually can keep up with him as far as what he's talking
dude,
about.
I can't.
I mean, I feel like I understand it too, but I'm just like, what the fuck, like.
Not that I agree with him 100%.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But I can keep up with what he's trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just hate it when he says like, he's like, they're getting babies from space and shit. I'm just like, what are you talking about?
Like, wait, dude,
like,
backtrack.
Where's the facts and like, what are you exaggerating? You know, like that's where I have to like fucking pick out. But yeah, like probably like 80% of it or 75% of it, I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but then the other, I'm like, is this true or you're just trying to give the story more oomph? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird, dude. But anyway, so yeah, that's when I first heard about Alex Jones, and then afterwards, like back when we, like in high school, we went to the same high school, and we would always like hang out, like a group of us would hang out and just fucking YouTube a bunch of crazy shit all the time. And I remember one of those things was the whole Bohemian Grove thing, and I was just like, what the fuck? This sounds like it's like not even real. It just sounds like it's part of a fucking movie. And I don't know, like if you see the footage, it's weird, dude, because Alex is like hiding behind some shit, and there's like a group of fucking essentially old, powerful, rich old men in like robes and shit, and they're burning a thing, and there's like these weird like screaming sounds and shit, and I'm just like, what? Like
Very Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, man. Exactly. Like fucking Eyes Wide Shut type of deal, dude.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
But what do you mean by mock sacrifice?
Like
It's
pretend
a play.
sacrifice. Like it's not a real person that they're burning.
Okay,
type
I
of
see.
thing.
Yeah.
But it's like they're doing that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, going back to like Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick passed away before the actual official screening.
Whoa.
And
I haven't seen that movie.
That was you haven't seen that movie? It's a must watch.
You know what?
You guys need
They
to watch
say that they
that
chopped
shit.
out a bunch of shit.
So according to my research, the official cut, director's cut, the one that he wanted for
everyone.
Yeah, was 20 minutes longer than the actual final cut. And he passed away in between that part.
Jesus.
Yeah. So there's some conspiracies there because obviously it's like if you get I don't want to spoil it for you now, but if you watch the movie, it's pretty much
a different person.
Yeah.
Well, he's really uncovering the
He had
mask.
like a super fucking high IQ. First of all, he also directed The Shining. He directed The Shining, Space Odyssey 2001, right?
Yeah.
What it's called?
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like a bunch of fucking crazy ass movies, dude. And a lot of people think that he was the one that helped the government or NASA record the fake moon landing.
Well, there's actual footage of him talking about how the government came to him and asked him if there was a way he can recreate
a moon landing
before the actual moon landings.
Whoa.
And supposedly, according to him, this is testimony. It's actually a video. You can YouTube this. He said that he denied that he would be involved in any of that. So that's why he always said that moon landings are fake. Somebody else took I didn't do it, but somebody else probably did it.
Yeah.
Another director.
There's this whole documentary, dude, on Netflix that's about that and like breaking down The Shining and how in The Shining he put clues because he felt bad that he did do it soon. And he was like, that he hid clues all over the fucking, in the background and in the dialogue.
That's cool. Which one's that one? What's it called?
I fucking forgot, dude. It's the name of the room where the lady fucking comes out of the bathtub, the number. I don't remember the number. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
The scene where...
we're talking about The Shining?
Naked chick. Yeah. Oh, yeah, The Shining.
Yeah.
So I think the name of the documentary is the number of the room.
Oh, got it.
Of that room. I just
484.
484?
Nah, I'm just coming up with that. Sounded cool.
Yeah, I believed you for a second. Room 1408. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Is there a truck? It might be.
Is Alex Jones?
No. I don't know what that is. There's
It's
a
Alex
car
Jones,
alarm
bro,
in the
run.
background.
That's the first Snoopy time.
I know, dude. That was weird. It's the energy, dude, is starting to come up.
Yeah.
We're just getting
Are we
started.
live still or no?
Yeah, we should be.
All right, cool. Just wondering.
Someone said that there was no sound, but I see the sound going on here. It's just that the connectivity was kind of limited. So that's sound clear right there, right? And it cut off. Whatever.
It's like a little bit on and off.
Whatever. Worst case scenario, I'll just re-upload this shit with the whole video file, so it doesn't really matter.
Cool.
But yeah, dude, Stanley Kubrick and that movie I think is actually on Netflix, the Eyes Wide Shut one. It has Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
Now that you say that, I remember I was looking up let me look for mindfuck videos. I mean, mindfuck movies, and that was one of the ones that were recommended.
Eyes Wide Shut, dude. I saw that movie by myself, bro.
Same.
I was the first time I ever saw a
Like at a
Stanley
theater?
Kubrick. No. I was here at the house,
Oh,
but
okay.
I think it was back then. Back then it was in DVD, and it was the first time I had seen Stanley Kubrick. I had no idea who he was. I wasn't really I was into filmmaking, but I wasn't into who's who in filmmaking. It was just I would just watch movies. But anyways, I rented that movie out of the blue, and the reason I rented it was because Ricky wore that same mask for Ricky, my brother. He wore the same mask for a Halloween party. And when I went to go see, when I was looking through Blockbuster, I saw the same. I was like, dude, this sounds cool.
Yeah.
And obviously Tom Cruise is part of the movie. Tom Cruise, fucking amazing actor. And I was like, dude, I gotta watch this. So I saw it by myself, dude. I was fucking spooked.
Yeah.
It's creepy, dude.
Because it's not like a
paranormal thriller.
Yeah,
type
it's
shit.
not.
I don't like those movies. I like movies that you just stay no mames.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the way it was. I was like, no mames.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I want to go into it, but you haven't fucking seen it.
Yeah,
so
I want to go into.
I don't
want to go
spoil
into
it.
some scenes. There's a scene. I mean, there's so many fucking scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
You can say
yeah.
one scene. It's
What
fine.
scene?
Say
What
that one
scene?
scene.
The when he fucking gets to the party, dude. That's the craziest scene.
The one they ask him for the password.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, bro! It's like, nah, you gotta see it.
People
man.
who have seen it, they're probably like, "What the fuck? You know, why haven't you
Yeah,
seen that
why
movie?"
haven't you seen that shit?
Nah, I think a lot of people have seen it. Like I've asked people, like, you gotta be into movies to
That's
see
true.
that one.
Probably.
That's true.
Yeah, but
You
you know,
gotta be
Stanley Kubrick is one of those directors that is known as, you know, number one director for most people.
For a while, there was also a movie called The Conspiracy Theory on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and then they took it off. But it was like, I think like a film student or whatever, two film students that one of them,
I saw that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
with
it was
the
kind of lame.
bull shit and all that,
Yeah.
the bull mask and all that shit.
Yeah,
I thought it was good. The
I
first
thought
time
it was
saw
like it
what
was
the
too
fuck?
like.
Cliche or what?
No, it was like just
It's-
straight up scripted.
Yeah,
Like not enough. Like
because it's supposed to be like a documentary
documentary is
type
different
movie.
than.
You know what I mean?
There's a difference between documenting and creating.
Yeah.
Like let's reenact this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a fucking it's a movie, but it's shot in the style of like it's supposed to be a
I
documentary.
see.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see. Damn, that's great.
But I thought I liked it. I was like, oh, great, cool. But like again, that movie kind of goes back to like it borrows from.
Did y'all see the Logan Paul conspiracy on flat Earth?
No, what?
Oh man, y'all
Logan Paul?
I don't know if y'all should waste your time.
I
Like he
probably
goes to this
won't.
convention.
Yeah,
Now I don't mind spoiling this one because it's like on YouTube. And
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
like he's not into conspiracies, but now he is. I guess I don't know. It's kind of weird, but he goes with his friends to this like flat Earth convention, and he does a whole documentary on flat Earth.
Wow.
But anyways, it kind of sucked. He like it's because like it's like his voice is like a Disney voice. I mean, it's cool. Like Logan Paul's, I fucking love Logan Paul. Don't get me wrong, but like conspiracy, Logan Paul's voice, it just
Doesn't mix?
It doesn't mix. Nah. So I couldn't take it serious. I was like, dude, this guy fucking around. Like he's just
Look, I'm bad with pop culture. So who's Logan Paul?
Logan Paul is
Some
like
fucking
one of the
YouTube guy.
most famous millennials right now. Like.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
But
he's
he
just
has-
like
he
he's
has-
all over YouTube. He's all over Facebook. He's all over Twitter. He's done some of the stupidest things you can think of.
But like, does he do funny videos and stuff?
He does a lot of funny videos.
that's how he started out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
started as like a Vine star. Him and his younger brother Jake Paul.
Okay, this sounds familiar.
Yeah, the Paul brothers. Jake Paul is actually a friend of mine, and they both together out of Cleveland, Ohio, I believe. They started doing like Vine videos, which back in the days it was like, if you guys don't know what Vine is, 6 second.
It was the shit.
You have 6
dude.
seconds to
Yeah,
create
it
a
was the
video,
shit.
and
Yeah,
these
Vine was
guys
cool.
just blew up. But then Vine died, and people thought like, oh, the Paul brothers are dead, and they ended up, evolving into all the other platforms. They just literally took over. Like, they're very, very successful in the social media space at least.
Why do you think Vine died?
Good question, man. I think Instagram, Facebook is just too powerful that it's hard for anything to compete against them.
Yeah.
Because they even Snapchat, like it's slowly dying. It's becoming like a messenger now, which it originally was.
Yeah, pretty much.
But there was a time where it became a social
like
media.
it was the fucking the thing.
Nowadays, like the majority of people that use it are girls that are using filters.
True.
Or girls that are like, hey, I fucking do porn on my Snap, pay me.
Yeah,
that's actually a
Fucking
big
premium
thing.
Snapchats and shit.
premium Snapchats. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually back when I was in New York, one of the guys that was in the incubator that we were at, he actually had a Snapchat premium business, and I didn't get it at the beginning. Like, what do you mean?
fucking webcam girls and shit, pretty much.
Well, it was literally Snapchat. Like, so he set up a platform where girls could sign up as models, and then he would get a commission off each sale they would make.
Wow.
So the girls would be like, "Hey guys, if you wanna,
Do you want to see me naked?
if you wanna see my extra
Premium
footage,
Snapchat.
go to I think it was called what was the name of the website? It was so catchy, bro. I fucking forgot the name of the website. Whatever. Anyways,
Snap girls.
something like that, whatever. And they would go to this website, and then they would be able to pay the monthly payment, subscription,
That's crazy.
everything.
Subscriptions.
And there were some girls making like $20K a month,
That's
$30K
crazy.
a month,
That's
like
crazy.
fucking wild.
real money, bro. Like I'm like, damn. Why am I a guy?
For real.
Why am I a guy? Yeah, that's how powerful women are, right?
Yeah.
I think so. I think men are.
For the record, I never paid.
Yeah. I did the trial.
Nah, bro. They ain't no trial, dude. They ain't no trial on these, bro. It's like straight up hustlers.
Just pay up front.
Dude.
You'd be surprised, man, how I think this new generation of women, they're straight up hustlers, bro. Hustlers.
I think this generation we've found out that women are like, well, not found out. It's just like we're already showing women or telling women like, dude, you guys own the earth. Like you guys are the most powerful creature right now. Like, and I guess they see that. Like we can only.
This is only the tip of the iceberg. Give it 300 years. We're gonna be slaves, bro.
Yeah,
we're literally gonna be tied down like in
Yeah.
chains, and then girls be just walking around and doing whatever with us. And like, all right, I like him.
Yeah.
He can hang out with us for 5 minutes.
Come on out, see the sun. All right, go back.
They're just gonna use this to mate and then put it back in a cage and shit.
Throw it back inside.
Yeah, the women are gonna take over, bro, and they ain't gonna stop. Think about it. Like just in the last 50 years, they went from being,
You can't vote to
now,
competing for presidency.
Not in the last 50 years. That was like 100.
Think so?
Yeah,
Yes,
100 years.
1920 was like when they were able to vote.
Fine, 100. But compared to the existence of women.
Yeah, but like just think about like just culture in general. Like youngest billionaire in the world, woman, Kylie Jenner.
Crazy.
Kylie Jenner.
You know,
Fuck, dude.
there you're gonna, dude. I'm
Super
telling you,
terrible
I'm
tangent.
warning you guys. I'm warning you guys right now. If
Locked and loaded.
2200, guys from 2200, and you're gonna be slaves.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or maybe everyone will be dead by that time. Who knows?
At least we will.
Dark. Yeah, definitely. We probably will. We'll be somewhere in the aether. And I know this is going to sound weird, but like, did you ever watch like any of those treasure hunter shows?
Okay, yeah. So Jeff was talking about that earlier, and I'm not like I'm oblivious to all of it. So
Yeah, okay.
I need to know. I guess like speed me up to what's going on.
So I mean, this goes deep.
Yeah, like this isn't even a show. Like it's
there's no show. But
this is just to get your feet.
so there's like this, even ever since I was a kid, and our family has always been into like treasure hunting.
Okay.
Right, and there's a lot of like stories from back in the 16, 17, 1800s where because we're from Mexico, we're like deep in Mexico, Jalisco, and a lot of the Spaniards had a lot of gold, right? And the way they would keep track of this gold was like in rooms, like huge rooms that were filled up with gold. So when the accountant needed to actually count the gold, they would transfer the gold from one room to another to see how much gold they actually had.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's the way the accountants worked. But during that time, like from the 1800s to like I would say like early 1900s, there was a lot of what do they call, like bandits that would come, and they knew an uncle that was an accountant for somebody, like, and then they would go and they would rob like just enough, but
like
just enough
like a treasure chest or
but
something.
like enough for a treasure chest. Like,
Like
so
that
think about like
chest before
worth,
gold.
it'll be worth millions of dollars at this
Now,
right now,
sure,
right?
Yeah.
So all these bandits, they would steal, and then these haciendas, they had their own like little military or bodyguards or whatever. So they would send out these guys and like hunting down these bandits.
Oh, wow.
So the bandits, what they would have to do is they would have to hide the treasure along the road, right? As they were going back,
So they would start digging.
they already had the hole digged up. So they would dig up the hole. They would go do the robbery, put it in, and then escape.
Oh shit!
And then like years later, they would come back to where
This is the Wild West, dog.
this is like
it's back in the
wow,
days.
this is back in the
Yeah,
day. So
yeah.
so there's a lot of those treasures that
disappeared.
just disappeared because they would end up those bandits would end up getting caught and then killed. So anyways, there's a lot of our family is into treasure hunting, but there's a lot of like rules and rituals that you follow when you treasure hunt, and some of them, I don't know all of them obviously, but like some of the ones that I know about is like every time you go on a treasure hunt, there's somebody, like let's say it's a group of 5, there's somebody that's gonna get sacrificed.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like, so what you do nowadays, like, this is like, moving to the 21st century, like, you take a
like a goat.
and it still sounds, yeah, you take it like a goat. So the goat will get sacrificed.
Wow.
And it's all like, obviously, like, you don't know if that goat is actually gonna get sacrificed or not, but that's part of, like, it supposedly happens. There's there's something mystical within these rules that you follow. And then the other thing that happens is that everybody that's in the group needs to be 100%. What's that word called?
Like,
they have to be like clean of any
greed.
Clean of any greed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Where even if they do find the treasure, when they open the treasure, they won't be able to see the actual gold.
That's crazy.
If there's any greed between them.
Yeah.
So, and this is actually a true story. One of my uncles, they went out, they found the treasure. They opened up there was like 10 boxes, 10 treasure chests. And they opened them up, and it's nothing but black coals, right? And they're like, oh, fuck that. Like, this sucks. Like, So my uncle grabs a few of them just to keep him, whatever. Like, we fucking found him.
Yeah.
So he grabs a few,
little memento,
takes him back to his house, leaves him in his drawer, and then the next, like, a couple of weeks later, that same hacienda where they found the treasure, these other missionaries come and they actually rent the place for the night. And in the middle of the night, they just took off with all the treasure chests, right? And my uncle goes back to his drawer, opens his drawer, and these coals had turned into gold.
Whoa.
Yeah.
gold nuggets.
Yeah, gold nuggets, real money.
So you think like it's because these guys weren't expecting it, so when they opened the chest, they were like, "Oh shit," or what?
Probably
that's what happened.
Or they were just clean of all greed.
Oh wow,
so
that's crazy.
Yeah, man. So there's a lot, and then there's other pieces to the puzzle.
There's a lot of like folklore surrounding like fucking buried treasure.
Yeah,
especially in Mexico. Like, I don't know. There's always some shit about like. I can't remember exactly what it was, but like if you don't open it right, or if you see like a fire like all around middle of the fucking field.
Well, that's because the actual metal or whatever, the gold has a gas that's been encapsulated for so many years. So when you open it, that gas gets exposed, and if it touches your skin, like it'll literally melt your skin off.
Whoa.
So
some wild shit. Like that.
two people from the same pueblo that my dad's from, two little girls, actually they're about 8 and 10 years old. They actually found the treasure. They opened it up, and both of them lost their
eyebrows.
But they ended up becoming like super mega rich with one. Yeah. So
wow.
That's pretty
funny. They don't have eyebrows. They have to use the Sharpie.
That's Sharpie.
The cholas with fucking.
That's how it started, bro.
That's how it started.
That's the original fucking tattooed eyebrows, dude.
Yeah, but we do have family we should call in some of our uncles and get them on the show, because they have some real. They have the real stories. Like we're talking based on what we've heard from them.
Yeah,
but they still do it up until 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
Damn, dude, years fly so fast. They're still doing it up to today. They have all the machinery, like everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so they're treasure hunters, bro. It's fucking dude. I love that shit.
But they're using like modern tools to find it.
Modern tools.
I guess like metal detectors and shit, right?
Yeah, I mean they got like the really expensive ones, and they have like, I don't know, and then they also have like the mystical side of things where they grab this like shaman guy that's like a medium and can draw maps for them. So this gentleman will, and this gentleman's actually in the U.S., but he's originally from Mexico. So this gentleman, they pay him X amount of money, and he will draw a map for them and tell them exactly where to look for the treasure, and he's always on the money.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool.
We should do a documentary on this, bro.
Yeah.
This is dope. Even if it's a short documentary, I think this is like something
interesting, dude.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
so like what?
Because like think about like the Goonies, right? Remember the Goonies?
Yeah.
Like, dude, that was when they found that treasure. Like I was like, God, that's amazing.
It's more about finding it, right? Like whoa, like what's it called? So what do these chests look like? Where they like the cliche of like the wood?
Yeah, they're cliche. Yeah, it's super cliche.
Wow, that's fucking
wooden
crazy.
chests,
Wooden
Yeah,
chest.
yeah.
golden fucking bricks, and
Golden
all that
bricks,
shit.
The skull.
centenarios.
The skull.
The skull
Yeah.
and the crossbones on it.
Yeah, Mexico had a lot of money, man, and I mean, obviously they still do. A lot of it's buried.
That's funny.
Yeah, and our grandmother's house is right on the there's a road that connects like different towns. So our grandma's house is the first house that connects like with the entrance to that village.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like right when you fucking get in.
My grandmother, rest in peace, before she passed away, she would always tell like my mom, be like, "Hey, look around. Like when you have free time, just look around. You might find something.
You might find some shit."
But so, anyways, that's we gotta go. We gotta go look, man.
Dude, I feel like we'll find a bunch of paranormal shit before we find any treasure. that
Wrong
place
treasure.
over there, yeah, that place over there always like creeped me out at night, dude. It was just so like, I don't know if it was just because I was somewhere where I'm like not super familiar with it, but I mean after a while you kind of get used to it. But there was still like this weird feeling because the last time I went was like maybe back in like 2003 or 4, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
Probably even a little bit before that, because 2004 was when it fucking snowed over here on Christmas.
Yeah.
So I think it might have been like a year or two before that. And like I remember being over there, and it was just like creepy, dude. Like it was so old timey, old village, like cobblestone roads and shit. Like there was already street lamps and shit, but it was still like if you go outside in the middle of the night, there's like fucking no one outside.
Yeah, but
it's just quiet.
That setting interests me. Like I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
that setting.
I
Like,
love that setting.
right?
I actually want to, because we have land there and there's nothing built on the land. It's just like gated. I was just telling my dad yesterday, like, dude, I would love to. I mean, I didn't tell him to give it to me, but I kind of did.
It was like
Like, Dad, give me that land, Dad. Sign it over. But I was like, I would love to build a house there that I can have, and not like a retirement home, but like
somewhere to go visit.
Like
just somewhere where I can go and just
home?
write the script, or just go maybe and make a film. I don't know, like just take people and hang out like for a fucking month. Just
there's like a mountain close by and shit. Like
hot springs also. There's a bunch like you're in the jungle, bro. Like it's beautiful.
It's dope.
Yeah.
But it's scary as fuck at night.
Yeah. I was never scared at night. I actually loved it there.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just remember being like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Because you heard all the ghost stories.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. So many ghost stories. Fucking one of them about this fucking like old lady witch that chased my uncle like around the entire fucking village and shit. And like my uncle was like a track star, dude. Like,
Yeah, he was a state champion.
fucking state champion.
That's crazy.
He would have like a 10 flat on the 100.
Like fast, bro.
Fast.
And this fucking old lady was like scratched his shirt up and tore the back and
Imagine an old lady just chasing the shit out of you. And but like supposedly he had something against him, right? Personal.
I don't know, something like that. Like, but the story starts out that they're like hanging out outside of our grandma's house, and it's him and a couple of friends, and they're just like drinking or whatever the fuck, and then they're sitting in a circle, and all of a sudden it stays quiet, and they're like staring at him, right? Like imagine if we're doing it right now, and you guys just stop staring or stop talking, and you're staring at me, but like not at me, but behind me, and there was like he turns around, fucking like old lady just there, and he's like, oh shit! So they all like
Scattered.
fucking jet, like oh, so they run, and as he runs down like 2 or 3 blocks, right, and when he turns back, like she's gone, so they're like okay, and then they go back, and the fucking thing happens like 2 or 3 times, but like on the 3rd time, like when he turns around, she's like right behind him. I mean, fucking like they go the way that the village is set up is like if you come in, right, like it separates off into like a couple of blocks, but essentially it's like a big square rectangle-ish, I guess if you would say that. So he ran around the whole fucking thing pretty much, and then when he came back to where my grandma's house was, had to like jump over the fucking fence, and that's when I think our grandpa came out like, what the fuck is going on? And his shirt was like all torn up, and he had like fucking scratches on his back and shit.
And this is like back in the days when you can't just go buy another shirt.
Yeah, this is
like you got a shirt.
There was still no little street lamps at that time.
Yeah.
It was like fucking gas lamps and shit.
Yeah, like our uncle's probably like in his 70s right now.
Yeah.
And this is back when he was like 23, 22.
Somewhere around that.
Yeah. Or maybe younger.
Yeah,
So,
probably even younger.
Yeah, probably
I would
like
say.
it's probably like like 19, 18, 17.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
That's intense.
And dude, like, and those types of stories are not uncommon over there.
Yeah,
There's
well,
always
there's
like
a lot of these witches like have like
Yep.
super special powers where they, pray to all these.
fucking weird deities or whatever you want to call them. I don't know.
and they do have special powers. Like you try your best to not, cross paths with those people.
That was, I think, I don't know if it was when I was over there or when I came back, but that was one of the first times it was related to that trip that I ever heard about, like, the whole LECHUZA thing with like, witches. That was one of the fucking...
There's a lot of lechuzas over there. There's a lot of, like... when you think about Mexico, like, even back with the Aztecs, there was a lot of sacrifices being done. And then when Hernan Cortez came in, he was sacrificing a lot of people too.
Yeah.
So he decimated the country. Like, so there's a lot of negative energy in Mexico, in a lot of parts of Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like for, over 100, like maybe like 200-300 years, they went from like having 30 million people, in population to like a million, like less than a million.
Dude, that's a lot.
And the 29 million that died didn't just like die in natural causes, bro. They were sacrificed.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So
They sacrificed some fucking ridiculous number of people in a day, I think, like in the fucking, that one pyramid that's in Teotihuacan. Like a fucking 1,000 or some ridiculous, in a day, some fucking ridiculous shit like that. A couple thousand or 1,000.
Well, supposedly
I
like
don't remember.
the emperor, what is it called? Emperor? Or
or the ruler, I don't know, the
Aztec
fucking
ruler,
king, something.
He would like take psilocybin mushrooms and like talk to the gods, and like the gods would be like, all right, you got to sacrifice. We need more blood.
We need some hearts.
Yeah, and just women.
Yeah.
And they would sacrifice all the women.
Whoa.
Dude, I think I heard this on fucking JRE, but when they invented that game that was kind of like soccer, the winner would get sacrificed.
The winner would get sacrificed.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, if you go to Xcaret, it's in Cancun.
Yeah.
Xcaret is like a theme park. At the end of the night, they host a fire match, and the fire match is like it's a ball that's lit up in fire, and they score against each other, and that's the same game they used to play.
Oh, okay.
But in this case, at least from what I know, the guy doesn't get sacrificed.
Yeah.
They should do like a pretend at the end, like fucking Bohemian Grove shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you have like you did like a thing, right, where you went into like a sauna type room
it's called
or some shit?
Temazcal.
There you go.
Yeah, so Temazcal is like it's kind of like a sauna, but it's like in the middle of the jungle, and it's made you can make it in so many different ways, but this one was made out of like huge rocks piled up against each other like a little cube. And then the main thing was like they had like these like lava rocks, right? They had these huge lava rocks, and they would have the lava rocks on top of a fire that had been burning for 12 hours straight. So these lava rocks have been like, they're just like steaming hot. Just burning hot. So the shaman grabs the rocks with a shovel and puts them inside this little temazcal.
Okay.
And the temazcal fits about 20 people. You sit in a circle, semicircle, and then at the end is the entrance and the exit, right? There's one little door. So that door is also, there's all these different meanings behind that door, but like right before he closes the door, he'll ask you like, are you sure you want to do this? Because for the next 45 minutes, you're going to be inside with some lava rocks.
And it's going to be hotter than a motherfucker.
It's going to be hotter than the It's hotter than the regular sauna. But also, there is no light because he closes the door and then the light seizes. So now it's just you and your spirit. Like your ego literally dies. So, dude, the experience is so profound. Like literally, I would say like top 3 experiences of my life. Like being with a shaman inside a temazcal. And he takes you through like 4 stages.
How scared were you?
I actually wasn't scared until he closed the door.
Did anyone leave when you were there?
Yeah, we had a few people leave for sure. Like there was like maybe like 3 or 4 people that left like right before.
This.
Like yeah, they were like because it's like all fun and games until you sit down and then he starts putting you sit down first and then he goes and gets the lava rocks from.
So it's like room temperature and then he starts doing that shit.
It's probably hot as
no, it's already hot. It's kind of already hot.
Like 90 maybe. right?
I would
Like somewhere
say
that
Because like they just finished a session or something or what before?
no, they host. I mean, from what I understand, they host it once a day. It's like a very
okay.
special
Okay.
ceremony.
Yeah.
And the stories that the guerreros would go to a temazcal before they would go to war.
to prepare.
The war, yeah. That's the way they would prepare to go to war to fight.
The native people or
The natives, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that the Kel Guerreros or no? I'm just making up names here now.
What? No, I was just
So
making sure.
yeah,
'cause,
the
I mean,
native,
they
the
can be
native
called that.
warriors,
I mean,
you know, the Aztec warriors would go into these temazcals with a shaman, and he would clear them from all their fears, so they can go and as a
fearless,
free warrior fight.
Yeah.
And along with that, you take special liquids or plant medicines. You take them right before you go in, and it gives you extra energy to be able to withstand all the heat, but also gives you energy for the rest of the day. But throughout this 45-minute journey inside the temazcal, where there's no light and it's just you and your soul, he's telling you like how to breathe, but he's also telling you like what to imagine, what to think of. And pretty much he takes you to different phases that's going to allow your ego to be free from all like fears and egotism. You know, what's that other word? When you're what's it called? Can't think of the word.
I don't know.
Presumptuous or no,
Pretentious. Yeah.
pretentious. Like all those little, like he comes up, he has like a certain, I guess, thing he follows, and he takes you where you have to like look yourself in the mirror. Obviously, you can't. There's no mirror, but like you,
Yeah.
Like
theoretically,
mentally,
looking yourself in the mirror, and then you're howling these like words in this native tongue, and you feel liberated after. Like right after, you feel liberated. There was actually a guy that came in all like a fucking thug, man. He looked like he was, I mean, no offense, people from Houston, but he looked like he was from Houston.
No offense, people from Houston.
I was like, this guy's from H-Town.
Yeah.
But like
Came in
he was
with
a
lean
yeah, like a Latino, like a Mexican guy, and he had like a chain on. They're like, oh, you can't use a chain because you're gonna fucking burn yourself.
Yeah.
And then they were he fucking took it off like all pissed off. And the shaman's like real,
Like chill.
real nice to you, like. But at the same time, he knows his shit. So like he knows like don't mess with my space at the same time, you know. So this guy just kept being like a little pest, man, like just so annoying. It's making like eye contact with random people, like saying random shit. I forgot exactly what he's saying.
Who invited that guy?
Well, the thing with that, like you pay to do this experience. So anybody, like I didn't know anybody. I literally did not know one person.
Okay.
At that ceremony. So finally we go in the temazcal, and this guy sits down. He's like, I need 5 volunteers, and he's talking in Spanish, right? But he's like, I need 5 volunteers, and he's like, he picks him first, like sit down here. And he sits, so there's like an outer circle and there's an inner circle. The inner circle obviously is like way hotter because you're right next to the stones.
Yeah.
All right. So he starts like freaking out, he picked me first. Like, so he's like, you know when like a bully is like there's a tension on the bully.
Yeah.
When the tension is on the bully, like where he starts like being insecure about himself, so he starts acting even worse. So he started doing more and more shit like that, and then it got to the point where he was putting the lava rocks in one at a time, and it took like 5-10 minutes, whatever. And one of the last rocks, he put it on the very top, and it fell it went down right, and it hit like probably 3 inches from his foot.
Fuck.
And he was like, "Ay," or what?
No, he's like, tenga cuidado. Ya mero me quemaba. And the guy responded with like, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Oh,
damn.
And he said, are you sure you want to stay inside?
Yeah.
And he's like, he looked at him in the eyes and he's like, yeah, I want to stay inside. So he ended up staying. But after all the whole ceremony, he apologized to not only the shaman, but he apologized to every single person that was in there.
Wow.
And he looked like a different person. He looked like, he was no longer from H-Town.
Yeah. he shed some demons.
Yeah, he shed some demons, bro. There was some demons running his life.
That's what it sounds like, bro.
Yeah. So it's powerful, man. Like if you do it right, it's very, very powerful.
So you think that's what runs with us? Like, when we throw those like those type of things, it's like just demons inside us, just fucking
Yeah, the demons is
Negative energy.
Yeah.
It's so strange, dude. Because there's this one guy in particular that comes to my mind because. Dude, this guy has no friends because he's like always like he makes fun of everything like as in that's the way he gets along. But if you make fun of him back, like he gets fucking pissed and like he's one of those guys, right? But I always wonder, I'm just like, I wonder how this guy can like live above his demons, you know? Like, and I guess someone like that, I guess they would need to go through an experience
Some
like
experience
that.
Yeah, I think we all at a certain point, no matter how good you are or how smart you are or how generous you are, I think we all, it's like a guitar, bro.
Yeah.
You got to fine tune your guitar
definitely
every so often. So these experiences will help you get to a level of balance where you're not, where you don't let these
too
little
much one way or the other.
Not too, yeah, exactly. So I feel like for me, that's the way I've seen these experiences where they help me just become in tune with myself and allow me to just live, happy, man, comfortable, and be of service to others versus always trying to take away or trying to find opportunities. Because a lot of people, like, one of the main problems right now that exists in today's culture is that people are very, I don't even know how to pronounce the word, opportunist or
opportunistic.
Like they're always trying to figure out what they can get out of a situation.
That's crazy.
Versus just being there for
the experience.
For the experience. Like, for example, like for tonight, right? Like, hey, Jeff, you want to jump on the podcast? Like, fuck yeah. Like, because I love the experience of being on the podcast and talking about conspiracy and ghost stories.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about like, oh, like, what can I get from Josh?
Yeah.
What can I, like, what I'm not thinking about the opportunity.
That's like jaded shit, dude.
Yeah.
So weird.
But you'll see it, and people are blinded by that. Like, the people that are actually doing that, they don't even know themselves that they're actually in that stage, in that mindset.
Yeah.
And I that's one of the reasons I've cut off like so many ties from my inner circle, is just like, because I see, not that I see people taking away from me, but like
trying to like leech on.
No, not even leech on.
Negative energy.
It's like
want,
it's like what's the best way to explain it? It's just like I have like my agenda or my things that I want to do. And I'm just focused on that. So I try my best to not allow any other
like intrusions or something.
Yeah, to withhold me from doing what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's probably a way to explain it. I don't know. That's the best way.
Yeah.
That's
true. I could see that.
And it's not that I don't want to be associated with other people. It's just like
like there's fucking negative people. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
get away.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop,
So
or stop being negative. Like,
or stop being negative, or stop being like very opportunistic. I think that's what it is, opportunistic. And like it's weird because people that are from New York, and I know this because for somebody that's not from New York that goes into New York City, picks up on other shit that they don't know about, right?
Yeah.
But people from New York, they see themselves as the opposite of opportunistic. They see themselves as like, I'm gonna hustle for my own, and if you want to be part of my crew, like we're gonna hustle together and fucking make it to the top. And they see LA as like which is the opposite, like another coast, right? They see it as the opportunistic culture.
Oh, okay.
Where they're always trying to see like, oh, like how many followers do you have, and like what do you do? Like, are you a producer? What do you do? Like, can you help? Like,
what's in it for me?
Yeah, what's in it for me before I even shake your hand?
Damn.
Like
it's so ridiculous.
So, and I think that's one of the, and it's not just LA, but like it's more, I guess it's more easy to pick up in LA. It's more like, yeah, it's like
more fucking noticeable.
No, it's like people don't even care that they'll just
like they're doing.
I am opportunistic. So what?
Yeah.
What do you got to offer?
Damn, fuck. That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, man, you got to just be careful. Yeah. And this, and I think like I just wrote a quote today. It was not from me. It was from the Bible, but the quote pretty much says that don't work in love and work for Jesus. Like everything you do it for Jesus, for the Lord. Like don't do it for any other master. Or don't do it for anything. Jesus will repay you if you do it in under His name or for the love you have of His word, and you were trying to transcend that into what you're doing, and you'll get your reward. So you don't have to worry about trying to take from this person or this person. Like you just do your thing, And I
try to be positive.
Try to be positive, man. But yeah, I think that's one thing that plagues our culture, especially with social media, man. Like people will ask you how many, like, or people won't even take you seriously, like if you don't give them like a follower count. I'm like, dude, like what the
who fucking cares?
Yeah.
I want to be in your top 16 on B-Boy.
Yeah, no, literally,
that's
bro.
What it is,
that's
right?
That's where
what it is.
That's
right?
where it came from. Yeah, that's where it came from. Like,
that's true.
One of my friends called me one time and he's like, dude, I'm like really depressed. And I'm like, why are you depressed? And this is back in the days, obviously. But he's like, I'm not in your top 5 on MySpace.
I'm not your top 5 people.
I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, that's because you stole my camera.
God damn it.
But yeah, that's what it is like, right? Like, that's so weird, man. I guess you hit the nail on the head, man. It is like you just do it for the love of it. Like I had fun doing the elevator theater project, and it was just something to get my mind off because Monch had something to take care of. I was like, I was like stuck in like my wheels are turning. I was just like, fuck, I got to do something. So I just said like, let me make a little project. That way I can just throw all my creativity there.
Yeah.
And but I did it without like being like, fuck, wait, like, like, no, I'm gonna be better and shit, like, like, I don't know. It was just like I just threw my creative drives in there and let's see what happens. Like, if people come to me, they come to me. If nothing happens from it, badass. Like, but I want to just fucking do something, and I think that's what you probably mean. Like, just do it for the love of it. Something that you want to do, just throw it in there, but don't expect people. Like, don't feel entitled to get shit from people. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's like the whole thing is like people being very strategic about the relationship they're having with you, and it just comes off as like evil. When somebody's trying to have a strategic relationship with you, it's like you can't at the very beginning it might be hard to distinguish, but like at a certain point you're like, oh shit, this guy's literally just trying to get XYZ from me, which now makes me feel bad about everything that I've done or contributed to your projects, because now I feel like, so let's say for you, and I'm not saying anything, right? But let's say for you, it would have been like, hey Jeff, like I want you to be part of my elevator theater project, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, and I'm all excited, and they're like, oh, like you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and I'm all excited about the project, and then like later I find out that you really didn't want me, you just wanted to use me because like maybe you wanted
platform because
maybe you wanted like a photo shoot or maybe, and then I'm like, oh man, I feel like.
Yeah, that's betrayed,
like, oh,
dude.
Man,
you feel
like,
betrayed.
God,
You feel used.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not even your friend.
Yeah, man,
that's pretty terrible.
What happened?
Did any like weird shit happen to you in Egypt or not? Or like maybe not happen to you, but like that.
Well, I had a lot of revelations, that's for sure. I mean,
what was the fucking first thing you thought when you got to like the pyramids?
The first thing I thought when I got to the pyramids, I got there late at night. I got there like on the last flight. And the driver picked me up, and it's very sketchy, bro. Like there's so many people in Cairo, like there's like 42 million people in that area.
Shit.
Like 3 or 4 cities stacked up next to each other. Damn. So you can imagine 42 million people literally stacked. When I say stacked up, like you'll see cars and vans and motorcycles, and there's like
just nonstop.
There's like kids on parents, and like they're all stacked up against each other, and then there's apartment buildings on apartment buildings nonstop, endless, like never stops. It's like a never-ending infinity amount of people. Anywhere you look, there's a person, bro. Wow. Like you look this way, there's a person. You look that way, I
look up. Shit,
fuck. So you're talking about like one of the oldest civilizations. I'm not sure if it's the oldest civilization, but it could be. I don't know. You might know the history on this, but like I'm assuming that civilization has gone through so many generations.
That's true.
That you get to see where we could be in 1,000 years. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like where Laredo will be in 1,000 years, or like you're like, God damn, bro, that's the way we're gonna be. Like that's the so
like that's why progress is inevitable for Laredo, right? Because it's just gonna be people fucking populating and just
populating.
More ideas, more things coming up. Yeah.
And my driver was a fucking badass, but I didn't know my driver at the moment. I just met him, and he was just telling me like stories about Egypt, and telling me like he's trying to tell me like the history behind it, and like he was telling me like, and obviously this is at night, so I really can't see the buildings. I can't see Like I'm driving on the highway without any stop signs or any red lights or whatever, and this guy's just like going through people and shit. Like literally, people.
Is that how it is? There's no like there's no traffic laws or anything like that. It's just like
no, that's a highway. I'm pretty sure there's like traffic.
Oh, okay.
Like,
You're saying it's a highway?
No, like, but there's no. Yeah, there's none.
There's like no traffic lights and shit in the city.
In the city, no, we're like no.
What?
No traffic.
Okay, that's
lights, bro.
fucking crazy.
Just get through.
I have video of this, bro. I've literally recorded this intentionally. Like, people are not gonna believe this shit, but they don't. And then, like, you know what's fucking the craziest part is like, as you're driving like 30, 40 miles per hour. Like, people are just walking like slowly across the street, and I'm not talking like 1 or 2 people, like hundreds of people, bro.
Yeah, like
and this guy's like
people.
like fucking dodging people.
Oh fuck!
I wonder
Yeah,
if you
and
know.
there's at least 2 or 3 times that I saw people get fucking run over.
Oh my god!
Like nothing, and they just like they
Get up, like, yeah.
and they're like the lady's like walking like, and just I'm like, what the fuck? Bro?
As if she stumped her toe.
This is not what I imagined. You know,
That's
so
crazy.
and I got there like late at night, and this guy was like, "Do you want to go see the pyramids right now?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So my hotel was actually literally like a block away from the pyramids. So
Damn.
on the way to the hotel, this guy took me through this back road where there was all these like guards,
Armed guards and
armed
shit,
guards, and right in front of my face, they literally. So it was my car, and in front of me there was another car. Right, the car in front of me, the guys that were like guarding whatever, like they grabbed the guy, they took him out, took away his car.
Oh shit!
And I'm like, holy shit, we're next. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
and this
That's
guy's
a
like,
movie, right
and
there.
this guy was like, no, like don't worry. And
I got this.
He had this like badge, like he had a special badge, like for I guess for American tourists or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just showed it. Boom, they let him go, and
Wow.
we ended up going to this restaurant. And at the time, it was the time that I went. I think there was like it was a soccer match. I forgot who was playing, but there was an Egyptian player that plays for like
One of the big teams.
One of the big teams, like
Yeah.
Premier League or something.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's watching soccer outside, like with TVs and shit. Like, so we ended up going to this restaurant where it has like a 3-story restaurant, and people at the very top floor can see the pyramids on one side, and then there's like TVs on the other side watching. Everybody's watching the game. So I was like, I didn't give a fuck about the game.
You're
And
just
then-
looking at the scenery of like,
Yeah,
whoa.
and I was so that's where I took a photo that kind of went viral. I took my first photo of the pyramids there, and it was because of this guy that took me to this like only
Restaurant,
locals type of place, and I just felt very blessed because at that time all the stars were aligned with the pyramids, so I went through like a very I guess like majestical time.
Mm-hmm.
And the stars were out that night, and I was able to capture like a fucking amazing image. And aside from that, I just feel like, wow, man, like this. I'm like probably the first in my family that goes through these experiences. So I feel like I broke a new barrier,
Yeah.
you know, for my family, and
That's
you know,
amazing.
so just like I had all these downloads, like, oh shit, like I'm here for a reason. It's you know, going back to like the hero's journey where you go and you try to attempt something, discover something, then you bring it back and you share it with everybody, and then they go and they do something 10 times, 100 times better. So that's kind of the way I saw it. At least those couple of days that I was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
You got to go inside, right? The pyramid.
I got all the way inside. Yeah.
How is that the inside? What is it? Did you see like what are they called?
Hieroglyphs. There's no hieroglyphs in the pyramid.
There's no.
All right, let me tell you this. You probably did not know this. There's no hieroglyphs in the pyramids, and there's never been like a pharaoh in the pyramids, like a body of a pharaoh or anything like that.
Yeah.
And they call them tombs for the pharaoh. No.
Yeah.
But there's never in the history of ever has there ever been like
According
a pharaoh's body.
According to the actual tour guide that gave us a tour. He was saying that this king, or I don't know if it was a king or not, but it was this militia guy came in. I forgot. He even told me the name. It's probably on video. He came in and he went inside. He pretty much like with his army, whatever, they conquered that land, and then they went in and stole all the kings that were inside and all the mummies. But that's according to them, and then I hear the stories from the other side, like, oh, there was never mummies in there.
Yeah.
And it's true because all the fucking kings of Egypt and everything, there's a place that's like a couple 100 miles away. It's called the Valley of the Kings, and that's where all the fucking kings are.
Yeah.
And there's like a huge difference because in those tombs, there's actually like hieroglyphs and all the like the usual what you would expect like from Egyptian burials and shit.
Yeah.
And in the pyramids, there's no hieroglyphs. There's no nothing.
Strange.
It's just like
It's
a
just
structure.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I actually have a book that the hotel gave me that has a lot of history, and I actually haven't read the book. I'm supposed to do a video on that trip. I haven't worked on it, and I said I'm gonna open this book when I start working on this video.
Yeah,
that way
yeah.
my mind could be fresh.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I will share them on the next Snoopy time.
Dude, a fucking so like the chamber, I think it's called the King's Chamber or something like that. It's a kind of a hallway, but it's also tall vertically. Did you see that part? So like if you hum, I think like A minor or something like that, it fucking resonates like all the way up. Like,
Oh shit, I know that.
yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Like there's videos of people and they're doing like a.
Well, you're not allowed to.
fucking
You're not allowed to
reverbs,
take
like-
phones or cameras inside.
I wonder if you could.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck they recorded it, but
But-
they're in the pyramid and they're like, I think they got like special permission because it was like part of a documentary or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I wonder what it would sound like on an acoustic guitar, like. Like
Yeah, like but like the
it sound
people they hum
crazy.
it, dude, and it just like the way that the chamber is set up, it fucking amplifies like the frequency and shit, and it reverberates across the whole thing.
That's
like
crazy.
and it sounds fucking crazy. Like if you, I've played the video probably before on the podcast. I
Now,
remember doing
now
it.
that you're saying that, I think it sounds familiar. But
Yeah,
damn,
I think we were probably-
you didn't explain the whole high ceiling thing. Wow. That's,
Yeah, so it's like a huge chamber that like that's what fucking it resonates that specific frequency whenever you fucking hum in there, or like you do like the ohm or whatever.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's pretty wild.
So where do you think? We went on a fucking tangent, right?
Yeah.
Going back to Snoopy time, what do you think LECHUZAs came from? Like
Like the folklore behind them, or what do you
yeah, like how do
like
you think,
why were they like witches?
Yeah, like white owl and witch, like.
Well, one of the things is like this is more. I don't know if it's also true for like the. Excuse me, like native, like Aztecs or Mayans and that, but like in the American or the North American, I guess it's still part of the same concept. Whatever the Native Americans that occupy like what the United States is now, they have like this legend in it called the Skinwalker, where the shaman would turn into a sort of animal and eat the flesh of humans, and he couldn't ever become a human again. So he would stay into like different animals, right? And I think that's kind of where the fucking idea came from, because they would shapeshift into different animals.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, shape shifting. That's
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know. That's my theory. I'm probably wrong, but I'm just saying.
I used to have an ex-girlfriend who we were on our way to her grandma's house, and she was telling me a story that they were saying that her grandma's a witch and I don't know what, and I was like, or whatever, right? Like I was kind of like, what the fuck? And they were telling me that she had casted a spell on her husband, her grandpa, that like when they were younger, that she really wanted him, so she had to go somewhere, and they cursed her, and she had to become a witch if she wanted that. And it was so, but like when she was telling me, it was so strange because when it made me think about how the husband, he never really talks, dude. Like he's always just sitting there,
Like fucking skeleton key and shit.
like he just sits there.
That's creepy as fuck.
Oh, it's creepy.
Yeah, bro.
That he just sits there, and then like she'll be like, she'll call his name, like, hey, can you go get the thing? And he'll be like, and like randomly, like Anna like, huh?
Like he's fucking zoned out. and
Yeah,
shit.
like
What was
he'd be
that
like,
other
huh?
one? Get Out,
What'd you
no?
say? And then
Get out. Yeah. That
and
was
then she'll be
fucking
like,
crazy.
she's like, can you go get the things? Like, oh yeah. And then he'll be like,
He
oh,
needs to
no.
be in a temazcal.
And then
Fucking.
and so
This guy will wake up.
This is the crazier part. So I get to the house, right? And we get there or whatever, and like, oh, like let's go to the backyard. We're gonna talk. We go to the backyard, dude. I open the fucking back door. Chingos of owls in her tree, dude. Fucking fly.
Owls?
Owls.
Oh my god.
And I was like, whoa! And I just stayed stunned, dude, for like 5 to 10 seconds. I was like, a la verga. And then I was like,
Where was
"Did
this,
you see-"
Laredo?
This was in Laredo. This was
Where is it?
in front of Walmart. Close to where Ronald lives. I don't know what that
Oh, okay. Walmart on the Loop.
Yeah.
There's like a subdivision across the street.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it was fucking crazy. That was like.
Did you break up with her?
Huh? Yeah, I'm not with that girl anymore.
No, good, bro.
That's crazy.
Get out. Get out.
Did you ever have like any weird experiences like with her?
Nah, not
Like, did she ever threaten you like, motherfucker, I will?
Just it was a little dramatic relationship, but maybe if I like sit down and think about it hard enough, maybe
You'll find some shit.
I'll find some shit.
Like, oh, that's why that one night.
Yeah, things are a little crazy.
Well, the thing is, like nowadays, I mean, I don't know how true this is, but like in our culture, like maybe your actual girlfriend won't do shit, but the mom,
Yeah, that's
the
exactly.
mom
that's
is the
what
one, the one that gets you.
100%.
She's like, no, este está muy bueno, que se quede con mi hija.
And they do like crazy shit.
And then they fucking grab one of your shoes, it disappears in the middle of the night.
And you're like, fuck.
Stay over, mijito, stay over. All of a sudden, your jacket's missing in the night, and then like the next day, you're like, "Where's my jacket?" No, you didn't come with your jacket.
It's gone.
And then like the LECHUZAs now have it.
And you're next thing you know, you're driving home, and there's a LECHUZA following.
Imagine.
Hey, I've heard of that shit happen to people. Like no bullshit.
LECHUZA following?
Yeah,
that's strange, dude.
Like
that shit's strange.
I think it was my brother. Was it? Did he ever tell you that story? Did you never tell that story?
Yeah.
About the one, like, it would wait for him, like, right here at the entrance of the neighborhood, and then when he would pass, boom, it would take off and follow him.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
there
it would
was
go
a
back.
story that, I mean, then again, these are stories.
These are
right?
stories.
Yeah.
But, like, there's a story of this guy that was being chased down by LECHUZA. And obviously, like, in Texas, majority of ranchers have guns. So he fucking took out his gun and, boom, fucking killed the LECHUZA. And he went over to LECHUZA, and when LECHUZA landed, it was a woman.
Dude.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
Have you ever seen one, like, in your face up close or no?
Nah, no. I've never had
I
that.
think, I remember a couple
I've
of
seen
months.
LECHUZAs plenty of times.
Like right there?
Yeah.
No, the LECHUZAs, they were in a tree, but what's it called?
But calm down. Like, how many would you guess were there?
Dude.
Like 20?
At least 30, yeah. Like,
Wow,
yeah,
bro.
It was a lot. Wait.
Damn, that's fucking
It
ridiculous.
was a lot. And
Like-
her tree maybe was,
Oh, was it a tree?
it was a
Yeah,
tree.
they were, like, on a tree.
Yeah.
Like they were just hanging out?
Yeah, they were on a tree.
Like, hey, these are hangout
Yeah,
spots.
and once
Maybe-
I opened the door, like all of
They
them
were
like
like-
fucking and I was like, oh, I love it. But I've never seen one up close.
What if
That's
she's
fucking
like
trippy, bro. I've
the
never
mailman
heard of
for
that.
Harry Potter?
Huh?
What if she's the mailman for Harry Potter, dude? She-
You're going to tell me you. That's so sure, dude.
This is the Harry Potter movies. They use the fucking
Messengers. Yeah. No, but it was that's like the craziest owl story I have for.
That's fucking the craziest owl story I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking
Fucking
wild.
dirty LECHUZAs.
Yeah, no.
I've seen one
Yeah, I've seen
at a time.
same. I think
30,
in my
bro,
lifetime,
I would have freaked out.
I would have been like, you know what,
Especially
dude? I'll
after-
see you later.
After that, the grandpa just like fucking zoned out. He's probably
Just controlled as fuck, dude.
they probably took away his spirit already.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. But yeah, apparently she wanted to marry him, so she did this stuff, and now like he's with her. But he was like now.
Who told you this story?
Huh?
Who told you this story?
She was telling her and her mom were telling me.
That's
Oh, so they were-
what the fuck?
Which is the daughter
Weird.
and granddaughter.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's-
that's super weird. I would have been like, well, it's over. All right, goodbye.
It's time to let him go.
But I was a freshman in high school. I wasn't smart enough, so
You were just like, damn.
yeah.
That was
like,
your reaction.
I was like, what?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Nah,
yeah.
but like real shit though, like I think we've all been with like at least one girl that like her fucking mom or her grandma like does that type of shit.
Mhm.
Have you ever had like that happen to you?
No, I mean I got married very young, so
True,
it was hard
true.
for me to even. I had like one girlfriend before I got married.
Okay.
Or, like,
But did you ever hear of
one or
like
two.
other friends that went through that shit or not?
Yeah, it's like a common thing.
Right? It's like a very
It's
common
a very
thing.
common thing. Like, hey, te van a hacer brujería, güey. Like, be careful.
That's weird, right?
Yeah, like, hey.
And some fucking people like know. Like if you know, like if you're
Yeah.
woke or like if you're the initiated, whatever, and you sense that and they see you sense that, like they'll fucking know. They'll be like, this motherfucker knows.
This motherfucker knows.
That's crazy.
Just
man.
fucking.
Yeah. I'm protected though, so I'm good.
Have you ever heard of
Yeah, I always got a
Toloache?
gun. Yeah,
Toloache, have you heard of that?
the band.
Well, there is a band, and I didn't know what Toloache was, and then when I found out, I was like,
What is it? What is it?
So Toloache is like,
How do you
It's a
spell
love
that?
potion. Tolo, Toloache.
Okay.
Toloache. It's all one
Toloache.
word.
and so a woman.
It's a love potion.
Love potion revolution.
So it's supposed to be a love. I know, right? What's it called? KRMC shout out. What's up? No, and then what's it called? So a girl when she's in that time of the month, she'll use her blood and put it into like a soup or a drink
food or something,
or a food,
and give it to you.
and you have to eat it. And when you eat it, you start becoming like romanticizing about the girl, and you start like wanting to be with her, and you kind of put a spell on the person, and that's what the watch is.
That's what Toloache means. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Hey, everyone listening out there, don't eat your fucking girlfriend's mom's soup.
Yeah, our grandmother. No, straight up, bro. This is true stories. Like our grandmother wouldn't allow us. I'm talking about in Mexico. Like they wouldn't allow us to go eat at a different house.
Yeah.
You only eat at our house.
Yep.
Wow.
And if you go to somebody else's house and they give you a plate of food, like you bring it over here and you fucking throw it in the trash.
Oh damn, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, you don't fucking eat nobody else's house.
That reminds me of fucking that story that Caleb told me about, dude. That when he used to live in El Cenizo, he lived next to like a witchcraft lady.
Oh yeah, that's some crazy shit,
dude. Like he was saying that he would hear shit in the middle of the night because his room, the window to his room was like where like next to the closest to the house that lady would live in. And whatever she would do, like at night, he would fucking hear like all this crazy shit. Like
that's just like be like, right?
Yeah, like speaking in tongues and all this fucking wild shit. And she would always like offer them food and shit, and they were like, "Nah, fuck that. No thanks. Here's a toloache pie."
Damn, bro. Maybe we should just try and actually feed fucking Caleb. Fucking yes.
For real. What's up, Caleb?
Fucking dying. He was dying. He's like, no, I'm not gonna take that food. Me quiere matar. Like, you're about to die.
Come, mijo.
No. Nah, but I mean,
well, Cenizo has a lot of stories, man.
Yeah.
There's like the story of a priest that appears in. There's a house in Cenizo that's haunted, and there's a priest that appears without feet. He's just floating.
Whoa, dude, Caesar.
Oh shit! Was that his story?
Because
that wasn't his story.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Was that his story? I don't remember.
There was two ghosts, and they didn't have feet, and they were.
And one of them was a pair of feet. The other one.
Oh, that's what was it?
Well, one was like the floating one, and then the other one was just feet that he saw walking.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So there's a local rapper here who.
This is happened in Cenizo?
Yeah. We used to live over there. Yeah.
And he said it might have been Rio Bravo.
Yeah, bro, I think so.
But he was hanging out like he said he was like they would break bottles on like the backyard of the fence or whatever, and
like in the monte essentially,
pretty much. And like they were kids and they were breaking it, and then like his brother just stops like a la verga, right? And like he turns, and then it's just like
an old timey,
old looking
old attire, like fucking senator.
And they're walking, and then he's like whoa, and they stay stunned for a while, and they're like run, and they fucking jump over the thing and stuff, and then like
what did they see exactly?
Just two people, but one of them didn't have.
They were like from the 1920s.
Yeah, like, I think if I'm not mistaken, he described one of them as like a person in like a white dress, right?
Something like that,
right? Mm-hmm. Something like that, and then like a man walking with her, but like he said that they looked like fucking like a mirage type almost, like when when the heat is hitting the road and you see like little waves and all that shit like that.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what he said. But when you said the no feet, that kind of scared the shit.
Well, there's a trippier one. So back when I was coaching soccer, dude, this is fucking trippy. I just remember this one. This one's fucking trippy, bro. So we used to go to Corpus during like tournaments, and on our way back, there were some girls that lived like 59 Ranch or 359.
Yeah, like the ranchettes out there.
Yeah. So on our way back, instead of like us coming all the way to the school and then taking them back, so we would drop them off first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the bus driver like pulls up into one of those ranches, right? And he's like, I've been talking to the lady the whole like bus ride over here, like like chit chatting whatever, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna tell you something, but like don't think I'm crazy. And I was like, what? He's like, you see right here, like where we're at right now. There's been a few times where I come and drop off people like at 4 or 5 a.m. and there's a train that passes by, but it goes only from like she pointed like from that tree to like right there, and it passes by. You can hear the sound, you can see it, and it just appears and disappears.
That's crazy.
Yo, real shit. I feel like I've seen that before. Like I don't know why that sounds fucking familiar.
She said that she's seen it multiple times in the same exact spot, and she has the same route. So that's like by 359. Those like
359 or 59, like Saunders or by the sack,
passing the sack.
I think by passing the sack.
Oh,
Passing
okay,
the sack.
okay.
Yeah, 359.
Yeah.
359.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's coming back from Corpus, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well,
so you can come back both ways.
That's the
right?
thing.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
why I was
That's
like,
why
I don't
I'm
know.
confused. And then they have a fucking 3 in front of
And
it's
a
like,
59 at the end. So
goddamn, who came up with that shit?
I don't know.
Somebody.
But
was
the 59 one is where the no face man like appeared to Roger and for our cousin's husband when he was coming back.
Well, speaking about Roger, I was at Best Buy fixing my phone, and I was there for like 3-4 hours because they had the insurance and they were like gonna fix it for free, whatever. And I made friends with all the Best Buy employees, and I asked them, "Hey, is it true about the restroom?"
And they all freaked out already.
They all freaked out. Like, who told you? Who told you? Like,
The fucking spider lady.
the
dude.
spider lady.
You remember that one?
Yeah,
dude, there's
dude.
a girl. One of the girls I asked, like, she literally like. She got like goosebumps all over. She's like, "Oh my god, they've been telling me it's not true, and I've been going to the restroom by myself." And like,
Dude,
like she was
fuck
like
that
freaking
shit.
out.
If you haven't heard the spider lady, it's a story that you can go
Yeah.
back to. It's like it's on the YouTube channel. It's
Fuck
also
that,
posted.
dude. Fuck
It's posted here on all the Facebook videos, and
Yeah.
it's called the spider lady.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like one of the first.
And then fuck you for putting that picture.
At the end, the fucking you ruined it, dude. Fuck, I ruined it. Spoiler alert.
Well, it's just you sent it to me on a message though, but.
But anyways, there's a lady that appears in the
fucking restroom.
in the San Dario Best Buy.
Yeah, the original one, the one that's right off of the highway.
Yeah. So if you come to Laredo, Texas, you go to Best Buy.
Don't go to the restroom. at
Don't
night.
go to the restrooms, the woman's restroom. Yeah. So I had to ask because I had to go to the restroom. I was like, should I go to IHOP or should I just go here? And I'm like, hey, is it true about the restroom? And they all freaked out, bro.
That's
They
fucking-
all knew about it.
That's insane, dude.
Fuck that.
Yeah. And then there was a girl that was like actually like I guess she was kind of new and she was like, I guess somebody told her and somebody was like, nah, don't listen. And so when I asked like a regular customer, just ask. They know something's up.
Wow.
I'm gonna reshare that video for everyone.
Yeah,
so they can.
That's
see
a
it.
creepy ass story.
It's fucking creepy.
Especially there's this video footage. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's strange.
Dude, you know what? One of the pieces of video footage that I wish I would get back, and if Laredo Paranormal Society ever fucking listens to this episode or any of these subsequent episodes,
where are you?
Fucking give me the duende footage, dude. I want to see that shit.
Yeah, they have that, right?
Yeah, they have. Okay, so this is how the story goes. A while back, one of the earliest episodes of Aliens on the Border, I had two of the founding member of Laredo Paranormal Research Society and another gentleman that also goes on ghost hunts with the group as well, right? And I told them the story that we experienced at your fucking house, with about a duende, and after that they were like, dude, we have one on film. And so the story goes that an unnamed family that is part of like some law enforcement branch. Oh, one of the main founders of the LPRS is also an ex-law enforcement or current. I forgot. But anyway, so and that family that has the footage, they reached out to him because they were like, hey, like the dogs are always going fucking crazy, but only at the shed. Like we'll be cooking out or something, and then they'll fucking start whimpering and chase something all crazy. And so like they were like, I don't know what it is. And they called them because they installed video security cameras in the back because they were like in the middle of the night they would just fucking start freaking out or something. So they thought like, fuck, there
Gotta
must
be something.
Yeah, like there has to be like I guess they thought like someone trying to break in or some shit.
Yeah.
And so the guy of that family the one that works in the law enforcement with the gentleman from LPRS, was like, dude, I have to fucking show you something. Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't fucking know.
It's because, goddamn, dude, like, imagine getting that news where you're like, no, pues es un duende.
They're real.
Yeah. So, in the the way that he describes the video is that there's a camera like on the corner of the house that's essentially looking at the entire backyard, and you can see the shed in the frame, right? And so the dogs are like freaking out at something, and there's like a fucking humanoid figure that's there, and it just fucking like darts away, and they try to chase it, and they can't see it. But anyway, so the gentleman from LPRS was like, so based on like how fast it moved and that the distance that it covered in the amount of time that it covered in the video, they theorized that it moved like at 80 miles per hour or some stupid shit like
84
that.
miles an hour.
Do you remember the number?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude, what
fast.
the fuck? Just, I was like, what?
Well, according to like the writings of like Cabeza de Vaca, he like on his literature, like he wrote about how he would see duendes.
He mentioned like different sized peoples, like giants and fucking short people.
So then it's totally fair for us to say whoever slammed the fucking door and ran down the stairs was a fucking duende. Right?
Yeah, dude, I just told the story yesterday, but like the whole fucking
He was talking about the one you guys saw.
Yeah. Like the whole night, like it was just like fucking little footsteps and
it was crazy.
The fucking doorknob like jiggling, all this shit.
I think we
like,
told you, but like I opened the door and like I'm telling him, dude, I was talking about something that happened with the door, and right behind me the fucking door just closes like boom,
but like fucking crazy,
like a slam, dude.
Like if somebody got it and was pissed and was like, "Me vale verga."
Yeah,
like,
and then like fucking
like,
steps like down my fucking
drum roll.
And I was like, I ran across the room. I ran to this guy. Fuck! I threw myself.
Save me from the duendes,
dude. It was fucking. We didn't see it until after that. But the whole like how long did the whole thing last? Like for a solid like 2 hours maybe, and then when we saw it, and then after that it stopped. Right?
Yeah.
Like for 2 hours, we were there, and it just kept like making weird noises, like either outside on like on the bottom at the window and shit, or like fucking with the doorknob to the room, or just running up and down the stairs. Dude, it was fucking weird. I couldn't believe it was happening. I was like, "There's no way this is fucking happening."
Now, you learning about the duendes, Jeff? Like, did you learn on like why they like to be mischievous, or just some of them are mischievous and some of them are good? Or
good question. Honestly, I don't know the answer to that one.
No?
But I don't know. Fuck, man. I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that one. I think they're just trying to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing their own thing. But maybe they do, man. Maybe that's the way they have fun. Yeah, I mean, that's their way of like leisure. Like that's
let's fuck with these guys.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I mean, why not?
There's a lady on YouTube that supposedly like talks to elves and hangs out with elves, and like she talks about how a lot of them live in trees or in rocks, like inside the actual rock. Like for us, it feels like it's impossible because a rock is like hard.
Yeah, it's like
so. Like for them, it's like it's not. So they go inside, they live there, and then when you look away, they move, and so
some weird shit.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. But
it's hard to explain. Yeah, dude.
Did you, with your experience on the 5-MEO, did you ever like see like the machine elves or whatever, like whatever the?
No, because I mean that's what like there's two different kinds of DMTs. There's the 5-MEO DMT, which is from the toad, the Sonoran frog, and then there's a regular DMT, which is like crystallized through like a chemistry lab. And I took the Sonoran frog, so you don't see any of that. You just go straight to the top.
You just fucking blast off.
Yeah, you blast off, and you literally have no like recollection of any images. There's a feeling, there's a void. It's like a void, but the actual like the elves, the machine elves.
You've heard of those, right?
I've heard of them, and I've actually seen them sometimes when I wake, like right when I wake up, like the first like 10 seconds from me
like you're
being
like,
asleep to waking up in the mornings. I'll see the machine elves.
What do they look like?
It seems like they're all connected to each other from arm to arm. So it's like it's a never-ending elf, but like they're connected to each other. So it's like they're all talking to you, like, but it's like not one, it's like a million.
Fuck.
Talking to you at the same time, and they're all like giving you like, hey, like they're giving you like symbols and like they're communicating something to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it started happening to me more frequently in the last couple of years, maybe because I'm more conscious of it.
Yeah.
And I was just telling my mom yesterday, like me and my mom was like, she was asking me like, hey, like, you know, she was asking me questions about my childhood, like if I ever saw stuff. Like, yeah, like I remember like there was one time I was in my room and I was with my brother Eric, and we were sleeping at the time we were sleeping on the floor. And I don't know why we're sleeping on the floor. We had a bed. But we were sleeping on the floor that day, and all of a sudden I just see somebody come and like literally stand up next to me, and I'm like fucking freaking out because I'm like, who is this guy? Like Eric's here next to me. Yeah. Who is this guy here? And I tell Eric like, hey, like ¿quién es? And I started freaking out. I was a little kid. And I started telling my mom like all these things that happened to me as a kid. She's like, I had no idea you had all these things. So I always had like a sixth sense for like paranormal. Yeah, paranormal. There was one time that I saw an alien, and it was down the block here. We walked down the block towards the corner here. Uh-huh. And I call it an alien because I really, like, I've looked this up so many times, and there's no explanation of this. So I was probably about 7 years old, and I'm walking down the sidewalk. It was probably like around 8, 9 o'clock at night by myself, and I'm walking all the way to the corner and back. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm walking all the way to the corner. As I'm getting close to the corner, it gets darker and darker because there's no light poles. So I get to this point of the sidewalk where there's like an empty lot, and from this empty lot, a snake comes out, right? And the snake is like, I'm about to step on the snake, and as I see the snake, the reason I actually get to spot the snake in pitch darkness is that the snake is like glowing like these colors, bro, like oranges and greens and blues, and it's like just glowing, and it's like going in front of me, and I almost step on it. I'm like, oh shit! I jump over it, and I look at it, and it goes into the brush, and I just never see it again. I'm like, and this whole time as a kid, I'm like, oh shit! There's snakes that glow in the dark, and they're all like,
yeah.
And no, it was a fucking alien, bro. Like it was like literally an alien.
Just a fucking unknown species.
Yeah, or an unknown species, like you know, because I've tried to find that, like, dude, it was an amazing creature.
That's fucking crazy.
But it was like walking, like it was like roaming like a snake.
Yeah.
You know, like that's why I call it a snake, because but it was a reptilian, something reptilian, bro, and I almost stepped on it. I should have stepped on it.
Like, what is this?
Oops. The world ends. That was a power button.
Reset.
Whoa, dude.
But I saw. I mean, growing up, I saw so many things. There was another one, this is super stupid, but I thought it was like. Now that I think of it, it's super stupid, but like when I was a kid, it really made me think about our senses, because I had my eyes closed. I was ready to go to sleep, but I would see these every night. I would see these little blue and red dots like roaming on my eyes. And I thought they were like cells or something. I mean, I didn't know. At the time, I didn't know what cells were. But like, I was like, oh, it's something living within me. And one time I started following one of the dots, and I started following it, like just following it. And I go with my hand like that, and I'm on my bed, right, looking up, and I have my eyes closed, and I start following this dot, and I go with my hand like that, and I grab it, right? I grab it, and it's a fucking fly. It's literally a fucking fly, but like, you know, like Karate Kid had like Miyagi, where he has like the little, he's like
the fucking chopstick.
That's kind of what it was. But like I guess when you're a kid, your senses are just so open, because nobody tells you like, oh, you taste with your tongue, or you see with your eyes, and you feel with your skin, and like, you know, your whatever. Yeah. It's just, they're all just senses. Yeah. So as a kid, your senses are just open because your brain hasn't constructed like what they should see and what they shouldn't. Uh-huh. So as a kid, I would see a lot more shit than what you see right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So yeah, and I think I started blocking off like the whole like fucking the sixth sense, you know, as I got older. Just like the scary shit.
You have like a defense mechanism and also logic. And
you start seeing scary movies. Like, oh shit, like you shouldn't be seeing that because they might kill you.
Yeah.
I was like, start blocking off all those senses. Yeah. But you know, so yeah, man, it's like, it's interesting.
Yeah, dude. So I guess you could say that kids are very powerful too, right? Like they have the mind of just.
It's an open mind, I guess.
Well, you know, it's funny that in the Bible it says that in order to go back to heaven, you need to become a kid again, in the sense that you should be able to enjoy life the way a kid enjoys life. When you see a kid, just like no worries in the world, they're just fucking having fun. And we're over here, we're in our head, like stressed out about X, Y, like so many things we're stressed out. Like we're not even enjoying. You can't re-experience that feeling of a kid anymore, and that's like kind of sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why we start doing drugs, and we started fucking drinking beer, and we started trying to search for that feeling of freedom.
Trying to recreate it.
Mm-hmm.
So crazy.
Yeah.
I remember having like I've always had like a lot of very vivid dreams, but one of them that sticks out like a sore thumb, I think I told you about it once, but I remember being outside somewhere, and then like I felt like I was being watched by something in the dream, and when I turned, I looked at where the tree was, like, or there was a tree that I turned and I looked at, and I saw something like kind of move, but when I noticed me, it started like fucking making my vision blurry and my head hurt, and I was like, what the fuck, like what is this? And then I felt like somebody was throwing pebbles at my face, like right on my forehead. And then the dream turned into something else, but the same thing fucking kept happening. Where like I would turn and see something that you know the movie Predator, when it's like camouflaged and it just moves so you can only see like the outline of the silhouette.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. And in like the dream, it fucking turned into like a lot of different dreams, but the same thing would happen where like I would feel something whenever I would turn to like see it, and I would see something like that. That same feeling of like, oh, like I can't really see, or like my head would fucking start to hurt. It was just so fucking weird. Like, you're not supposed to notice me.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Alien and shit. No, get away. It was weird. I don't know. I woke up the next day and I was just like, that was a fucking weird ass dream. I don't know. Dreams are crazy.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't know. Like now you guys, like I think like this, because there's so many things that can happen. It's either these beings are coming from another dimension, or we're just too blind to see them. They're already here, right? Or what's it called? Because like Alex Jones, when he talks about, it's funny, it's full circle. But Alex Jones, when he talks about how we're just a hybrid of everything, and that's how we became like the top species. So like he just mixed in, you know, different types of animals to make the best type of animal, which is us. Yeah. And who constructed us is like, what if that was aliens too? Or what if we are the aliens? I don't know. It's just, it's trippy, dude.
You know what? Ever since a kid, I always fucking picked up on this. When I was a kid, I would always say like, oh, that guy looks like a fucking rhino. Oh, that guy looks like a monkey. Oh, that guy looks like a fucking kangaroo. I was like, dude. So in my mind, I'll be like, oh, he's like a descendant of a kangaroo. Yeah. Oh, that guy looks like a fucking toucan.
That's funny,
like
dude.
Fucking parrot. Look at that guy. He never stops talking to fucking parrot. Says the same words over and over.
Well, I mean, if evolution's right,
I always thought I was a rat, by the way.
Weird.
So you guys know, like, I look myself in the mirror like, oh, I'm a fucking descendant of a rat. So I like rats. Don't fuck with rats. Yeah, so I always, dude, it's funny. I always thought that as a kid, like, oh shit, like this guy looks like a fucking, look at him, flamingo. Yeah. Fucking flamingo over there. I would all look at all my friends, and I was just like, "Oh, that's how I remember." Yeah, I would make that connection.
You could do that, yeah. It's funny, dude.
I wouldn't do it like as a mean way. It was just like a scientific way.
Yeah, it's just like you kind of look like that. So
you're making your little hypothesis. Yeah. So that's funny, dude.
That's trippy. But I don't know, man. Like some of the weirder stories that I've heard around, or at least from Laredo, always kind of involve like witchcraft, dude. That's the weirdest thing. Do you think it's because we're so close to like Mexico?
Yeah, I mean, technically we are in Mexico.
Yeah, it's true.
Like if you think about this part of the world has been longer part of Mexico than it has been part of the U.S.
Mm-hmm. True.
Right?
Yeah.
Am I correct?
I think
you're probably right.
Yeah, because like when did we become? When did the Alamo happen?
Fuck, I forgot the exact date. but it was like, nah, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't
Davy
remember.
Crockett, like
18 or something.
I want to say it's 18 something.
So let's say, 200 years?
About 200 years.
200 years. So we probably belonged to Mexico for a fucking way longer than 200 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when the whole like Texas thing happened and then Texas became part of the United States, originally Mexico was gonna extend up until like right before San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
We would have been in Mexico right now. Dude.
So,
Fuck.
yeah, we would have been fucked.
Fuck. Crazy.
I love
drug
Mexico,
wars.
but fuck.
Yeah, Mexico is cool, man, but it's just dangerous as a motherfucker.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
So much craziness. And I always have this theory that like it's so fucking crazy like that because of the crazy history.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, the fact that so many people died in the way they died in the last, like, 300 years is the reason why there's so many killings and happening. Like, the actual energy, that negative energy is still there. It's dark energy that's controlling from the top to the bottom. And that's what's causing all these problems in Mexico, man, because you can't explain it any other way. Like, I think that for me, it's like, dude, it's just like it happens from generation to generation, no matter who's in charge, whether it was the Aztecs or fucking the conquistadores, or now like the Mexican government, like the people
Or the cartels.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like that's part of their nature, man. They're like sacrificing people.
Like I'm sure this is probably wrong, but I feel like a lot of the crazy ways that like the cartel people kill like their victims ties into like because they come from like that gene pool, like that ancestry. You know, like they have like that fucking cut their heart out while they're still fucking alive.
Yeah, they're burning people, like they're throwing people in like, dude, I don't even want to say
hanging
it,
them
man.
from like fucking
so many, right?
There's so many,
so
yeah.
much crazy
Like
shit.
you hear El Rojo Vivo. You guys been in that website? El Rojo Vivo.
I feel like I have.
El Rojo Vivo was like kind of like a CNN now, but back when it started, it was a blog.
Oh, and it was like real raw.
It was
right?
like real people
Yeah.
sharing, like people that had internet, like were like, hey, they just fucking killed Don Pablo and they fucking like chopped off his legs and like that, and you can read the stories live and this is back in like 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
And you would be able to read the stories live as they were happening. Man, the fucking stories, bro. Like, damn, crazy.
So many fucking.
You know what's
crazy
cool?
massacres, dude.
I found this website. It's like a time machine. I think I told you about it. It's a time machine. It's a time machine website that allows you to go back to any web page from the last 30 years.
Whoa.
So I was able to find my web page, my first web page that I found it back in 2003. I was able to find like the way it looked, the pictures, and like what the articles that I had written. And
What did you think?
I was fucking dope. I was like, damn, I can't believe I let that website go, man. That would have been like as big as ESPN right now.
Yeah.
Shit you not.
That's
It's
crazy.
like
But,
it was like a sports blog, right?
It was a sports blog, and dude, I was getting like 10,000 hits a day, and this is back in 2003. So imagine
dude, imagine now. Yeah.
imagine like in 2005,
You
I would
probably
have been,
at least Texas for sure.
yeah.
Like Texas news for sure. Like check
yeah,
out,
nah, dude, it would have been worldwide
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
But anyways, it was so going back to what I was just saying about that time machine website
yeah.
that allows you to see the website. We should be able to go back to El Rojo Vivo and read the stories, bro. And there's a lot of stories there that could be turned into that should be turned into like feature films or at least like some type of documentaries because
Agreed.
that history, that should, like all these people, there's a lot of heroes that died defending their land. There's a lot of heroes that like let's say your grandfather had like a ranch, right? That they've been handing that ranch to him for generations, and then one day the cartels come in and they're like, hey, give me your fucking ranch, right? So those people fought back for their land. Like a lot of these people, like they fought for
They
their
died
land.
on their feet, not their knees.
Yeah, so they died in their ranch fighting for their own land. And there's a lot of those stories, bro. It's fucking. I mean, for me, it sounds bad to say like this, but I would find it very entertaining, like reading these stories, but because I was so in tune with this is like your fucking neighbors, bro. Like, what the fuck's happening over there? You know, like
I know what you mean. It's interesting. That's why, because it's like you like to see the bittersweetness of like the man who gave his life for fighting for something.
Fighting valiantly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So dude, that would be fucking.
And it's happening right before. It happened like right before our eyes because when I was still in high school. It was kind of like the cartels were there, but they were like more
Everything
like
was, like,
gangs. They
peaceful,
were like
no?
more like gangs. Yeah, they were,
Yeah.
And
Like everyone's like, all right, like
there was like a division. Like there was 2 gangs, and one would control one bridge, one would control the other bridge, and like whatever. I don't really know the details of the stories. I don't want to get my head chopped off either.
real shit.
Yeah, but what ended up happening is that during that phase, there was a peace treaty, right? All the way to 2002, there was a peace treaty. And after 2002, the peace ended, but not between them. There was another cartel that came in and swept out these two cartels that had the peace. Mm-hmm. So then that's when the war started. And that war's been happening since 2003.
That's crazy.
So it happened like right when I was like, right when I had like my first computer, not my first computer, but like my first computer that I purchased on my own.
Yeah.
And I was like looking every day and on online and like reading these stories. So it was a very interesting time, man. And it's still happening. That's the worst part. I always thought it was gonna be a fad. Like, oh, it's gonna happen like for 6 months and then boom, no, it's over. Dude, it's still fucking happening.
Yeah. Dude, every day here, like whenever you drive on a high point of the radar of the hill, if you look over, there's like some crazy fire.
Yeah.
In the distance. Like,
in the distance.
what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
that's like Iraq shit right there.
Yeah, well, our lady that comes and helps and cleans every Monday. She's from Mexico, and there's a certain time that she has to get on the bus to be able to make it back on time because there's curfews, bro. Like, you don't want to be out in the streets after a certain hour.
Dude, so I went recently, right, with like my mom's health issues or whatever. We took her to the doctor over there, and she was staying in the hospital. She ended up being like hospitalized for a couple of days. And when I went with my brothers, like the whole, I hadn't gone back there since like I said, like what 2003, 2002, like right before all this shit broke, like all hell broke loose. I hadn't gone back there since then.
Yeah.
When we went, we were like in Damien's car, and the whole fucking time I was just like, all right.
What car was it? What type of car is it?
It was a van.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, all right, so we just took a left turn. I remember we were going to go like X amount of blocks, and we're going to take a right turn. I was just like, remember the way we fucking got here.
Yeah.
Your surroundings.
Yeah, I know my way in Mexico.
I fucking don't, because I would go as a little kid with like my parents.
Bro, my parents would dude, I don't know why, but my parents would let us fucking go to Mexico during the middle of the, like let's say it's a Wednesday, like they would let us, I would grab the truck, tell my homies, hey, let's go.
Tengo ma.
And we would go to
like $2.
We would go to the Paseo de Colón, and we would just cruise, bro. Like Susie would go with me. Like Susie would like literally go with me. We would just fucking go cruise and just have fun over there and drink and then come back.
Yeah, because nobody fucked with like tourists over there.
Yeah,
before.
well, I mean, we were not even tourists. We were like part of the.
True, I guess, because it's like right fucking here. So it doesn't really
but
count.
like there was no like difference between the people from the U.S. and Mexico. We were just all having fun together.
Yeah,
but. There was one time I remember clearly. I'll never fucking forget this day. We were on Paseo Colón, and all of a sudden you just like probably like a few blocks away, you just heard gunshots, like maybe like 5 to 10 gunshots, and we kept driving. We're like, was this like a one way this way, one way that way? So we were going towards the gunshots, and obviously like bumper to bumper. So by the time we got there was a guy in the middle of the street, like they had just blown his head off, and there was like blood everywhere.
Damn.
And I was like, "Holy shit, bro! Like we're hanging out with these people here, like you just don't know, man."
Yeah,
so
that's pretty wild.
That was like
you.
in 2001. I was like 15,
like right
16.
before the whole shit broke loose, right?
Yeah, I was about 15,
The
16
prelude.
years old, and
Dude, we were at the hospital. Like we stayed there till like because we didn't find out that she was gonna be hospitalized for. She ended up being hospitalized for like 3 days, and this was the first night that we went. And we were there till like fucking. I didn't get home till like 10 or 11, dude. And we
at night.
Yeah, 10 and 11 at night. We were there all day. Like I left work and shit. Me and my brothers went over there, and like Monch and I were fucking hungry, and we were like, "Fuck, what do we do?"
Taquitos.
Yeah, so we're like. One of our tios had gone to like the store. It's like the hospital, and then there's like a store right there, and there's a guy selling Mexican hot dogs and shit. Mm-hmm. So I was like, "Fuck it, I guess." And I went, and the whole time it was weird because I felt like I couldn't be too relaxed. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know.
Tense already.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know, dude. Like, it was weird. Like the streets were pretty fucking empty, dude. And any car, like, you just see some dudes like fucking on a bike, like come up and go to the store and shit. And I was like, fuck. Like,
When was this?
like a couple of weeks ago, like almost a month ago.
I recently did the stupidest thing, and I fucking was driving Uber, and the guy was like, hey, we're gonna go to the HEB, and like my for the first time I ever saw my Uber, like my the driver app say like go drive to Mexico and take him to that HEB, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? But I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me, dude. I don't know why I didn't like say like, hey, I can't do that. I gotta drop you off here. I just said, fuck it. So I get on the bridge, and I'm already in Mexico, and we're driving, and this guy is like, he's like, oh yeah, it's just keep going straight here, and like the way he would talk to me and everything, it sounded like this guy was about to kill me because he didn't want to have a relationship. You know what I mean? Damn. And so I was already getting fucking scared, and I don't know Mexico, dude, for shit.
Yeah,
like,
what part of Mexico was this?
Well, I'm barely crossing the bridge.
Oh, no, Laredo?
Yeah, like right here.
Yeah. But we're going to the HEB.
He's driving someone Lyft to Mexico.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
No, you don't do that.
You. Oh my God.
Yeah, so-
you would have been like on CNN.
Yeah, dude.
Lyft driver.
He used to be the lead singer for Dos Leones.
Dos Leones blows up.
For real, right?
Donald Trump would have been all over that. Like, we need
the wall.
We need the wall. Lyft drivers are crossing.
I told you so. I told you. You just be like that.
This guy becomes a poster boy for the fucking wall.
For real. Dos Leones went to Grammy. They make a film. Remy Malek plays Justin.
Shut the fuck
That's
up.
fucking hilarious.
Well, what's it called? Yeah, so I take him and...
Did you get paid extra for this, by the way?
I don't think I did.
You got paid in pesos. I'm going to pay you 1/10 of the cost.
Damn it. No, but what's it called? I have to pay taxes. No, but I go and I take him to the HEB, and then I'm waiting in the parking lot. He goes in, and then fucking go to his house.
Robs the bank.
This whole fucking time, I think something was about to happen. Like I'm tense, dude.
Wait, there's an HEB in Nuevo Laredo?
Yeah, it's like if you, I don't know, you take that main highway that there's like
Guerrero Street or Mexico?
Probably.
So Old Bridge or New Bridge?
I was taking not the one on the left, but the one on the right.
That's Mexico.
Okay, so yeah, I took that.
All right.
On the way back, I went to Guerrero though.
Okay.
Because I was lost as fuck, taking back roads, dude. After I dropped them off, I was lost. I was like, and my GPS wasn't working, my signal wasn't working. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? So I was like, the only way I know out of here is like what I've seen, which is that fucking first bridge. So I'm like, I gotta find it, and I didn't know how to get back, and I was on the highways, and I didn't understand it, like, cause. Dude, I was on the highway.
You should get a fucking like Purple Heart or something, bro. You fucking survived.
Dude, I Chile.
Like,
dude, I'm on the highway.
You know how dangerous that is?
Dude, and you know how bad my Spanish is, first of all. So I'm like, help me. So whatever, I'm driving on the highway.
Did you have the beard?
Chingos? No, at the time, no.
Oh, shit. And that fucking probably helped you out a lot. That beard, bro. This guy be like, hey, dude, he's probably got money.
Yeah.
Bring him.
So fucking these guys, like, I just see headlights coming. I'm like, a la verga, I'm on the wrong side of the road. So I don't know how the fuck to get out of here.
Bro, it's the same thing as the U.S. How are you on the wrong side of the road? This guy traveled across the world now.
Everyone was driving on the fucking right
side. I'm in London, right? No, but
there's telephone booths.
Well, yeah, and I guess I was just so scared that I was not paying attention to anything.
Yeah,
and I thought I was on the right side of the road. Ended up being
you were in panic mode, man.
So yeah,
I was fucking panic mode.
Because like the highway comes like this, all in one way, and there's like 5 lanes for that one side, and then it's like building, and then there's the other highway, which I find out later, but. Yeah, so because it's the highway and then there's a side road to go that way, like, but I got on the highway. Fucking headlights are coming, but yeah. So I'm just taking
night.
It was night.
Oh my god,
dude! It was like fucking like 1:30 in the morning or like 2 in the morning.
Jesus motherfucking Christ! How was the fucking HEB open at this time?
I don't know.
I don't know. Literally fucking used you, bro.
Dude,
he's like, hey.
Dude, he asked for my number. I'm like, yeah. I like give him a fake digit throw out my number. I don't know.
What's your number?
Just so I can say like, oh, I gave it to you wrong or whatever. Yeah. So, anyways,
he's gonna fucking watch this shit and be like,
bro,
this should be part of like what's it called, the Narcos. The guy that made the biggest deal didn't even know. You should have gotten paid for this.
And I dropped him off. I was supposed
ass.
to give it.
That shit was no toilet paper. Fucking had kilos in there.
Yeah, it's true, dude. Now I think about it, I don't know why.
We should have a fucking studio by now, bro. What are you doing that?
Where's the money?
Where the fuck is the money? So
That's real aliens in the border shit.
Yeah, and that shit happened. That was
How long were you
fucking
lost
scary.
over there?
Dude, like an hour. I was
Fuck, dude.
I did not know how to get out, and I was scared to turn the wrong way. Like I was like, fuck. Like so, I was just taking back roads after back roads. So many fucking like, dude. The whole time I'm fucking afraid for my life.
You're like, dude, this is it.
Yeah, I was
You're
scared.
like, fuck it, I have to make a life here.
And
I'll just get married, chinga.
Nah, dude, the trippiest shit was that when we were on the way back on that same night, like as we were getting closer to the bridge, there would be like just some fucking thuggish looking bros just standing on the corner, like looking at the cars and shit. And I was like, what the fuck?
yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, dude. I had to. Yeah, like I was seeing like the the military cars and stuff like that. And the thing is, like, once I fucking hit like the pinche, like you're coming to the United States, whatever. I'm like, dude, like
I made it.
dude, fuck yeah. And, like,
What'd you tell him?
what?
What'd you tell him?
I told her, I was like, hey, dude, I was in Mexico.
She's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is your problem? She went on her trip. And I'm like, yeah,
I don't know.
Bro, I can't believe you fucking pulled that off, bro. That sounds like a fucking... I don't know, you guys are fucking too young for this movie, but there's a movie called... I can't even... It's Cuba Gooding Jr., and he's...
Cool Runnings or what?
Nah. It's Cuba Gooding Jr., and he's going to a like a boxing match with all his friends in this like badass RV, and they decide like there's so much traffic in LA that they decide to take like another road, right? They take this other road to get there faster, but when they take this shortcut, they end up witnessing somebody commit a murder.
oh shit,
So the rest of the movie is about them trying to escape because they're like the guys like
there were witnesses.
they're like no witnesses, and he looks at them and like fucking. So dude, it's a fuck. When I was a kid, I watched that movie. I was like, it felt like a scary movie.
Yeah.
So Cuba Gooding Jr. is trying to save his ass. Like that was you, bro. Like
You
trying to
could
save
feel-
your save your ass the whole night.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was intense, dude.
You wanted to hear a scary story? There you have it.
There you go.
I got lost in Mexico. I got lost in Olado for an hour in the middle of the night.
Fucking 2 in the
By
morning.
myself, lost for sure. dude.
Chaffle. No
And
gas.
Don't know the language.
Did you have gas?
What?
Did you have gas?
I had gas. That's the great thing.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, that would have been like
Imagine
cherry on
low
top.
fuel thing like
All of a sudden, it was that full like, like what the fuck? Fucking duendes.
fucking flat tire. Fuck.
At one of the stoplights, your car is just on brakes. Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
No.
Dude. Oh Jesus, dude.
yeah, man.
Yeah, no, it was luck for sure.
God damn, dude. That's fucking crazy. I don't know. Well,
What did they tell you at the bridge?
Huh?
The customs.
Nothing, dude. Like everything was fine. Like
they were looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Did you just see a ghost?
Why are you so white? Fucking pale.
Just fucking shaking and shit. Here's my ID.
Do they actually ask for your ID when you cross back?
Yeah, they asked us for ours.
just my driver's license.
Yeah, like not like anything crazy.
Because I heard that you needed a passport and shit to cross back. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I heard that too.
like
but-
nobody in the road has a fucking
And
passport.
I was scared for that because I was like, dude, imagine they're like, "Yeep, let's go back."
I'm
American, bro.
Texas, dude, but I don't trust you.
That's so
God
shit,
damn,
dude.
dude. I don't know. That's a terrible story.
Yeah, it was-
Jesus.
And I think I asked a lady. I asked the lady like, "Is this the way to get the fuck out?" And she
Hey, how to
like-
get the fuck out of here?
But the guy, because the guy that I dropped off, he was like, "You're gonna take a left, and you're gonna take a right, but don't. When you look at this, like," and he went too far. Like, I'm just like, dude, I thought it was easy because like on the way over here, he's like, "No, está fácil," and I don't know what the fuck. He's like, and then you're gonna do this and this and that, and I was like, dude,
Nah, that nigga got you lost on purpose.
Yeah, I know, right? Imagine.
They're trying to sacrifice you.
Yeah.
For real, dude.
Makes his call. Look for this fucking red car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Hey, watch out, dude. Downtown.
That's fucking crazy.
That's trippy, bro. Fucking trippy.
Bro, you need to call Lyft and tell him this story, man. Like, where's my fucking plaque?
For real. Survivor.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Yeah, they should
at least something,
cut off
man.
that thing and say that's not possible to go on that thing.
No, don't do this.
But you couldn't say, hey, man, I'm not going to go over there.
I could have.
Because, like, when I'm in Jersey and I want to go to New York City,
They're like, nah,
the
fuck
drivers are like, I'm not going to go into New York City. Like,
Terrible traffic.
Like calling their driver. I'm like, God damn. So
Is
I'm
it as
like,
far as I go?
yeah. No, like as soon as they pick you up and they see that you're going to New York City, they're like, oh, sorry, man, cancel the ride.
JK.
So you should be able to have some control where your car goes, bro.
Oh yeah, dude, I can. It's just that time I don't know why why I said fuck it. Like I don't know why
you wanted an adventure.
Maybe secretly I want to explore and like I.
Oh, it's because, dude, back in the days, it was badass, bro. You could go over there.
Oh, Mexico, dude, is amazing, man.
Yeah. Dude, when lifting now, people that are like older, like in their 40s, that say that they've heard stories that when they were younger about Nuevo Laredo, like and like Laredo and like that you can cross and all that shit. But I tell them like that's not like that doesn't exist anymore. You know?
Yeah,
like,
and that doesn't exist. I mean, even I went through that phase where I was going to Nuevo Laredo weekly for years. Like I'm talking about since I was a kid, bro. Like since I was like 7 years old, we would go weekly.
Our family, we would go over there like every Sunday for fucking Sunday breakfast and shit.
For years, bro.
That's bad.
And even during high school, like we couldn't party here because we were underage. But over there, you could. An extra $5, you get in and you'd be able to drink all night. And we would do that. And I went through that phase to like all of a sudden not being able to cross like at all.
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro.
Yeah, like nah, man. I ain't crossing at all.
Remember that fucking one time we were like out here in the front, and then in the distance you just fucking hear like, boom, 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 boom. Like fuck. I'm talking like heavy fucking caliber gun, bro.
Sounded like
some
like
ridiculous
artillery
shit. Yeah, I was
right?
like, oh, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. There's a lot of stories, bro. I'm telling you, we gotta find those stories.
Let's do the next one about the stories.
Yeah, let's go find some stories.
There's a lot. I know like 2 or 3. I know the soccer ball one and the one. Fuck, dude, I was thinking about it earlier when we were talking about it, but I can't think about it right now. But they're intense. Oh, well, the Mars Volta has a song that they talk about it that they set a guy on fire and they just rolled him down a hill like in like.
Oh yeah.
He was inside tires. They
What the
set him
fuck
on
was it
fire and they
called?
just rolled it down.
Cotopaxi.
Cotopaxi, yeah.
Yeah.
Let the
All right,
wheels
guys.
burn.
Yeah.
That's that song. It's fucking badass.
All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up. It's about that time. It's
Yeah.
the witching hour. No, it's not, but it almost is.
To deal with that smoke, bro.
Effects, wait.
What the fuck is up? Yeah.
Pyro effects.
Whoa. All right, guys. Well, if you're still here,
How long did we go?
we're almost at 2 hours.
Oh shit, that's not bad.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna re-upload the video because I kept seeing people saying like it was cutting off and shit. So
Yeah, it's reception's bad here.
Yeah,
Especially
well.
when we're talking about spooky shit.
spooky. Well, good night, guys. I hope the fucking duendes don't get you. Peace.